Hello.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. I gotta
Hi.
go here and make sure it's muted because I know it's probably not. And then I'll come say hello to y'all. And no, it wasn't. Is it now? Come on,
I don't
hurry
know.
up. My computer's running slow. All right, so I'll go up here and say hello to everybody. Hi, Jenny. Hi, AD. Love you bunches. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Frankie. Slim. Hi, Bluegrass. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Mary. And hi, Brown Dwarf. How are you? I think I got everybody, but if I missed you, I'm sorry. Just yell at me and say you missed me.
Hey, you missed me.
Oh, hi, Laura.
Hi.
I'm going to close this off real quick. So it doesn't make me freeze up a lot because I can already tell that my words are not matching up. So welcome everybody. Today we're going to be discussing NDE, which is near-death experiences. I've got some stuff here that we're going to talk about, and then we're also going to talk about all of our own near-death experiences because I know almost every single one of us has had one. Layne's had about 5.
4.
Well, death experiences. Hers is death experiences, but she's asleep right now because she stayed up all night reading a book.
I did the same thing.
And she did not want to go to bed. So she didn't go to bed till this morning, so she's asleep. She can't talk about it. But I can tell you all about it because I was there. I know what happened. So Twinkie will be up here in a minute. Hi, Richie. And Laura or Melissa's not up here because she's still having issues with her back as well. So keep her in your prayers.
I should say, wait a minute, I'm here. I'm here, but I ain't all there.
Well, are we ever?
Do y'all like to act like you are?
Hey, we're good at acting.
I am not.
How is everyone's day going?
Had a run in with a blackhead vacuum. Didn't turn out well for me.
No, it didn't. Miss y'all too, Melissa. It's cool to see y'all uploading videos though. I'm very happy. Missed you too, Jenny. We always miss you when you're not around.
Yep.
Even though she says we don't, I like to think I know me better than her.
Yeah. Jenny, when Twinkie gets up here, be here because she saw some deal last night that helps with migraines. Or the other night. What was it? Were you were there, Melissa, weren't you? Or Laura? Good Lord, I can't talk today.
I don't remember. You'll have to
Something with the neck, the artery in the neck.
Oh, you got to pinch the, what is that? The carotid.
Yeah.
Right in there, you got to pinch it for so many seconds or something, and it's supposed to help ease the migraine before it starts.
Yeah.
Like when you feel like one's coming on, you pinch that muscle, the nerve or artery, whatever.
Yeah. The Para Challenge is going really good, Richie. We've got some great competitors this year, and everyone's doing a really good job. We've got about 10 people that need to post their videos. So you have till Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. But it's going great, and I do believe round 3 is going to knock some people for a loop, and they're not going to either want to do it or they're going to drop out during. So
I do not drop out. Dropping out's for quitters.
Repeat that.
Be safe.
I said I'm not
Repeat
going to
what?
quit 'cause dropping out's for quitters.
Amy, what you said about round
I
3.
said it's going to make people drop out or it's going to make people quit during.
Okay.
It's going to be a doozy. And I will forewarn everyone, this week will be your double challenge. So be ready. You will have 2 challenges coming up. But one will be a big challenge. One will be a smaller challenge. So, Barbara, be safe traveling, and I hope you feel better. I'm lucky. I've never had motion sickness. That's one. I mean, on a boat and stuff like that, I probably would, but oh boy is right, Melissa. It's only going to get harder from here.
That's what he said.
That's what he meant. No.
That's what he wished.
So, I'm trying to think, is there's any other announcements I need to make? I don't think there is. Hi, Jan. So today we're going to be talking about the near-death experiences. Hi, Big Tender. I got BS sickness, laugh out loud, can spot that a mile away. I think as we age, our BS detectors get a whole lot better, Jenny.
My face just lets you know if I smell bullshit.
It does.
Hey, you think that's bullshit? Never mind, I don't have to ask you your face over saying it. You tell it to quieten down, you're drowning everybody out.
Hi, Frankie. All right, so I did quite a bit of research on this, and there's really like all of the things that talk about NDE are basically the same crap over and over again. So I took the main one that had a lot of percentages and everything else in it to use today. So in this, what do they call it? The research they did on this, there was 675 people that they used that had near-death experiences. Now, I will say the U.S. is the least amount of people who have had near-death experiences. We are at 17% of people who claim to have had near-death experiences, where other countries, some go up all the way up to like 75% of their people have claimed you had a near-death experience, which is a huge.
What they do to their people over there?
Some of the religions and stuff that they have, I think that plays a huge part in it.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Because it was 4 in foreign countries that they were doing these research deals on. So
Case studies.
yes, case studies.
You're welcome.
I was trying to think of the word, but I couldn't. So the out of the 675 people who they interviewed, 33% of the people who had a near-death experience said that they were in a dark place, seeing nothing at all, but they weren't scared. Like it was very peaceful. The darkness didn't scare them, but they could not see or hear anything. 27% of the people said that they could see lots of colors, and the colors were so bright and vibrant that they could barely stand to look at them. That the colors were just so much more dramatic during this time. Hello, Matt. Let's see. 10% said that they had 360 vision. They could see everywhere at the same time. Front, back, side, up, down. They could see everything all at one time. So to me, that seems like it would be like if you were hovering over a situation, not necessarily. I don't know how somebody would be able to see
out of body experience.
That's what they claim. 10% said that they wanted to cross over, that there was like a border, and they wanted to cross over, but they had family there telling them no, they couldn't come in at this time, and that they needed to go back to where they came from. That it wasn't their time, so that they had family there. They knew it was their family, but the family was trying to stop them from going across. And 20% of the people claim to have complete amnesia prior to and following, but they can remember everything of what happened to them, like they had the outer body experience where they were in either the operating room or in the hospital room or wherever they were pronounced dead. They could see everything and hear everything that was going on, and even later confirmed it with doctors or whoever was there. So that 20% said they knew what was going on during, but they had complete amnesia of what happened prior or beforehand. Like they had no clue what caused either the accident or where they were to begin with, but they know exactly what was happening during. Hi, KJ. Love you.
KJ.
Now, scientists will tell you that you have no sensory at all when you are, of course, clinically dead, and that it's not possible to be able to see or hear anything. So it really aggravates me, especially when people can wake up or come out of their near-death experience and tell doctors or whoever's around exactly what was being said, what they had done to them, and stuff like that. How is that possible if you are supposed to be in a complete state of nothingness? I don't see how they can sit there and say that didn't happen when clearly they know that that's what happened, and the person shouldn't know this. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, Jenny. Both of my deaths were complete darkness, but the last time a voice of many said, "It's not your time," and I woke up on a gurney heading to the hospital morgue. That was when I was 4 years old. And Melissa said that Patrick saw darkness. Yeah, I think if I saw darkness, it would completely freak me out too. I am one of those ones that when I had my experience, I don't remember any of it. Like, I don't remember a couple of weeks before it, a couple of weeks after it. My memory was so foggy that I don't remember at all what happened during my, twice, but one was worse than the other. But I don't remember anything. And we'll go through those here in a minute. But so they asked these 675 people how much their near-death experience changed their life. And I was actually surprised to see the numbers on this. So 54.7% of them said that it changed their life completely. 24.5 said that it was a moderate change, that it didn't it scared them, but it didn't scare them too bad. 10.1 said there was a slight change in their life or how they lived their life afterwards. And 10.9% said there was no change whatsoever. It didn't affect them one bit. Which is, I find very odd. How can it not affect you at all? I do, Jenny, and that's one thing we're going to discuss is I do believe that when people have a near-death experience, that if they had gifts before, that it does help them advance their gifts, or if they didn't have any gifts before, that they may develop gifts because of it. Because you're like so close to that other realm. I think that you do come back. You do come back with gifts. So, Laura, we'll start with you. What explain like your near-death experiences and what happened afterwards because of them?
I see. I was 3 or 4 with the first one, and I had bronchial pneumonia. They had me in a tent, and I couldn't breathe. But where I was so little, I don't really remember a lot of that one. So, I don't remember seeing anything. I don't remember having really any feelings towards it either way as to what it was. I was gone for a little over 2 minutes, and they brought me back. This is all coming from what my mama says she remembered. And then the next one was when I was 19. I'm going to skip around most of it. They lost me 3 times. I don't remember how long I was under for each one of them or whatever. I didn't say anything. Didn't really have feelings towards it either way. Don't really remember it. And then the last one was when I went in to have Jim, the doctor, nurse, somebody cut the main artery when they were cutting him out, and I started bleeding out. And I just felt like I was going to sleep, more or less. So I didn't really have feelings towards it either way because I didn't see anything. I didn't really feel anything. So
Do you feel like after you come out of any of those, that whatever gifts you had before, because I know you've had a lot of things follow you since childhood, do you feel like your gifts were stronger?
My gifts didn't show up until recently. Like a lot of them didn't show up. I've always been able to do the finding thing, and that got stronger. It's just, yeah. But as far as everything else, after the last time that I almost perished, things come to me a lot harder, like louder, more in your face.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think, almost passing over or actually passing, either way will cause you to connect to that other side so much deeper.
Yeah, I agree with that. Thank you so much, Barbara. You're awesome. I appreciate that so much. And have a good day, Matt. Love and hugs. I understand that, Melissa, that it does make you, and when I tell mine, I'll show you how I agree with you on that. But so, Sandra, have you had any near-death experiences, and what happened before, like after, because of it?
Well, I can say before and during and after.
Okay.
Okay. So ever since I was 12 years old, I had that gift of if I think of you, it's your last week on earth.
Yeah.
And I blocked it when I was in my early 40s. And going on 4 years now, I was taking a medication for many years. And one of the side effects is that it'll grow a pocket on your intestines. And that's full of blood. And there's an artery there. So it grew there for many years and then it popped. So I bled myself.
Bleeding
Completely.
internal. Yeah.
Yeah. Internal bleeding. And by the time they took them to realize and see and what and all that, I needed some 5 donors that came to donate blood because I'm O negative and the bank was short. So as they were starting for the blood, like I'd go in and out. Like I think I was like unconscious, would come back unconscious, and then at one point I just remember it was all black everywhere, like no light, no sound. And I was angry because I said, I don't want to die. I don't have time to die. I have so many things left to do. I was angry at the situation going on. And when I'd be awake, I'd remember telling someone off because I was making too much noise or something. I'd tell off the patient, I'd tell off the nurse, the doctor, whatever, you know, because that's the person I was before. I would tell you off right in an instant without thinking.
Yeah.
And then that big dart stage went. I don't know how long it lasts, but when I came back, I just remember the doctor saying, "You are now out of the woods," and you scared the heck out of me.
Yeah.
Like he was sure that night I was leaving. He was he didn't know what else to do and all that. So that makes like 4 years ago. So the days and years are passing, and that GIF is starting to come back because, like I
Mhm.
said, I turned it off, trying to find out what I did. I asked my grandma to take it. It didn't work because it was slowly coming back.
Yeah.
So I guess it's because of that, and it's getting stronger. So what else am I gonna? So I'm finding new things about me for gifts, and
Mhm.
I switched my life around after this. I said
Yeah.
I'm gonna bite at life like you bite into an apple. I'm gonna go at 300 miles an hour. I'm gonna do everything I want to do and do it, and don't wait to do it. So that's probably why I make up all these projects at the same time and all that. So I'm always doing
Right.
something.
Yeah.
So
You're trying to live each day.
and live each day, every second you have. I don't know. It's not me willing. Like it's there. It's automatically done that I want to do this. I want to do that. It's
Mhm.
I don't feel weakness or too tired to do this, and I have so many projects. Doesn't matter. I'll do
Right.
them. I don't know. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
enjoy life even better. I see the trees different, the flowers. It's stupid, but yes, you see life different.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was definitely not ready to die. I was a pissed off lady, you could say. Wasn't too jolly or anything, and no, I said no. I want to make a nice life, a beautiful life. I got a second chance, and I'm doing it.
Right. And I think we all kind of, I think every one of us are kind of ticked off whenever we feel like it's our time to go and we're not ready. I think that's
Mm.
just a natural reaction.
And those
So,
pills, they took it off the market here. Those pills,
well, that's
they
good.
they remade another pill. Like they named the same pill another pill, but it's not the same ingredients. It used to be yellow, now it's white. It's the yellow stuff, I guess, that was in it that would do that. So,
Right.
yeah.
Um, yes, I know you did, Eli. You scared all of us. Hi, Jamie. And KJ is knocking on your window, Laura.
Oh,
Huh?
Hi, Bluegrass. She said, knocks on 20 screen.
Oh, my
She's saying
apologies.
hi to you.
Namaste. Namaste. Twin, calm down. Namaste. I was over here writing.
Yeah.
I got 14,000 irons in the fire.
um, so mine, the first time wasn't that bad. Um, I remember being in the hospital. I just had surgery, and you know how they fill your stomach up with air sometimes when they have to get to certain spots, and you like the pain is so bad
Oh,
afterwards
yeah.
because of the gases. Um,
You get big poops out of that.
Hello, Twinkie.
hello, April.
Um, so I was in a lot of pain, and I had had a lot of surgery, so this just felt different to me. It felt really different, and I was hurting so bad, and I was just like, please let me get up and walk. They wouldn't let me get up and walk. And I remember telling Cody, I said, put a pillow under my legs and maybe that'll help, relieve some of the pain. And so he told me, he said, raise your legs up and I'll slide this pillow under your legs. And I said, I am raising my legs up. And so automatically that scared him because I wasn't raising my legs up, but I was telling him I was raising my legs. And then I started kind of talking out of my head. So all I remember is him going out into the hallway, running out into the hallway and yelling for the nurse. And then I remember them coming in and doing a couple of things and then them telling them to bring the crash cart in. I don't think I ever technically, like my heart never technically quit beating, but my blood pressure dropped so low that they were having a hard time getting it back. So at that point in time, I just saw darkness, and it ended up being a small bleed that progressively got worse over the couple of days. And I ended up having to have like 4 units of blood that day. And then when I got back home, the bleed did not stop. So I ended up having to go back to the hospital and get 4 more units of blood. Now the second one was right after I had Layne, she got care flighted. This is part of hers too, because she technically died 5 times altogether through her first 4 years of life. So I think that's what caused her gift. But because she basically died right after she was born, they care flighted her to another hospital. And I had to stay at this hospital until I could, travel. And so we went down there. We ended up staying at the hospital there with her for 6 weeks. Me and Cody both stayed there. During this time, Cody developed pneumonia. So I was having to take a taxi back and forth to the hospital to see Layne because Cody could not drive. We both ended up getting a little sick while we were there. He was worse than me. But I had just had a C-section I've been doing. I was a week overdue to get my stitches out. So one got infected and they ended up having to take a really large Q-tip and kind of, I'll show you. You can't see me what I'm doing, but they kind of did this into my skin to get it to open it up so they didn't have to cut it open. So I had a lot of things going on at that time. But when we finally got home, the first couple of days of us being home, I had a really bad headache and I could not figure out why it would not go away. It wasn't a normal migraine or anything. It was just a really nagging headache. I went to the doctor twice. They didn't find nothing wrong. Everything was good, so I went back home, and the third day after Layne was home, me and Cody both were laying on the bed and we had her laying in between us. And I started feeling really funny. I felt like I was going to get sick. So I stood up and started walking towards the restroom. And at that time, the only thing I can remember from that is my hands curled up and my feet curled up. Like I could literally feel them just curling up, and I was out. And so for, I think it was 48 hours, I was completely out. I had no recollection of anything that happened. But they called an ambulance. They got me to the hospital. I ended up having 8 major seizures back to back because my blood pressure was 280 over 220. And it went straight past heart attack and stroke level, like right past that, and threw me into seizures. And luckily it did, because if it hadn't, that probably would have gave me a massive heart attack or a massive stroke. And so my blood pressure being up so high, they kept having to try to lower it. And because they were lowering it so quickly, it made me almost code again. And so I was in ICU for a little bit. And when I woke up from this, because I was in a complete like comatose state, they put me in a coma. When I woke up, I thought I was in the hospital having Layne. Like, for years, I could not remember anything that happened the couple of weeks prior, or after. My memory was so bad afterwards. Somebody would tell me something, and 10 minutes later, I would forget what they told me. So I don't remember anything in any of those times. Like, it was just complete darkness. So there was no voices, no nothing, no light. So I think it because I wasn't completely at that stage of her heart is stopping, that mine was just total darkness. But it does make me wonder, because I always wonder a lot of times, because we will hear help me, help me, help me a lot in the spirit box. I often wonder if a lot of times some of the people that we're hearing, maybe they're in a coma somewhere.
Oh gosh.
You know, maybe we're hearing, because when you're in a coma, like your mind and everything's completely shut down. So what if you are in between that realm of death and living? And so some of the people that we're hearing say, help me, or, people that are so confused, they don't know what's going on. Maybe some of those people that we're hearing are people that are in comas. So I've always wondered that, but, yeah, so those two were my experiences. And of course, pretty much everybody that knows us knows Layne's. She had plastic lung syndrome when she was born. So basically it was like having gallon jugs of milk as lungs. So she could take the breath in, but she couldn't exhale. Like, she couldn't, you know what I'm saying? Or she could take a breath in, but when she tried to exhale, her lungs would not come back, like they were supposed to. So she, between the ages of the day she was born, she did die one time, and that's when they care flatted her. And then from the ages of that till 4, she ended up coding 4 times. 2 times I did CPR on her and brought her back. The other 2 times she was in the hospital. So luckily she's here. We always call her our miracle baby, because I wasn't even supposed to have her. That's what ended up causing a lot of my health problems after I had her, is because I had toxemia and all that, endometriosis and all that. So I wasn't even supposed to be trying to have her, but I did, and she was 6.5 weeks early. So, but yeah, I think that's the reason why her gifts are so strong. So I've always had that question of, like, was I close enough to see all that stuff, or was I not close enough, or how close do you have to be able to experience something like that? Because most of these people, they had like issues. Some of them had issues where they were in comas. Some of them had issues to where their heart stopped completely. So I'm thinking that maybe your heart has to stop completely for you to be able to experience the whole thing, and maybe not the darkness, maybe not, but to be able to experience the whole entire thing of a near-death experience, maybe you have to actually be considered clinically dead.
That would make sense.
Oh, wow, KJ. Now, is that your daughter has a lot of gifts too, though, right? Which I know most of your family does, KJ. It's just weird, some of the things we just kind of lay around and think about. I think our brains all work a little different from everybody else's.
Oh, we know mine does.
Yeah, just think of that dark place, and no, I don't want to go back there. That's for sure. And like when we hear the spirits say, "Help me," maybe they went through similar to me, and they're in that dark place right now as we're doing it.
Yeah.
So that's what I imagine. I'm there every time. I can even see it, that it's all dark. There's nothing, and there's nothing.
Yeah.
a complete nothing.
Mm-hmm. Now, KJ, I wonder if sometimes if that's what Layne does, because she has such vivid dreams. Like one of the big dreams that she had that bothered her for so long is she would dream that she was standing in a field and there was like all these dead soldiers around her, all these dead people, and she was just walking through them. I'm wondering if she actually does kind of sometimes astral project to these places, where stuff happened, or if somebody's trying to pull her there to help them or something, because she sleeps, but she doesn't sleep good. And so a lot of times I think maybe when she thinks she's sleeping, she's not. She's actually traveling to wherever, because her dreams are just so vivid. And you can look up the history of some of the places that she talks about, and it would be like where a war took place. So there would be like many soldiers laying on the ground, and stuff like that. I see through others' eyes when I spirit travel. I don't see through others' eyes, but I can see into their eyes. Like I can see into their soul. And
I can see if they got one.
I hate when they don't have one, because that's
The
really bad.
worst. That is the ugliest thing to see.
That is like having your insides ripped out inch by inch. Literally, like the feeling it gives you. Hi, Kim. And I know me and Laura both have that one.
Yeah,
but I can meet somebody and look at, like, I can literally see their soul. Like I can tell if they're a good person or if they're not a good person. And now I trust my judgment completely, because I've let some people pass and I should not have. So now we trust our judgment.
I'm just over here being judgy and all that.
Hey, sometimes you got to be, especially nowadays.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's a good gift to have, though.
Yeah. I just don't like the ones that don't got one, that want to. They're very persistent and wanting to talk to you, and I'm like, get away from me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
says, really haven't got that. I possess people.
the not having a soul thing, and me having to look into somebody's eyes that don't have one, is like standing too close to the wood burning stove and not being able to move away from it.
Yeah,
that's how it feels.
I just feel like a gut punch. And something new that's been happening is like I was telling y'all the other day about the going into the dollar store and walk past that lady, and I just felt sick. Like I could not breathe. It was bad.
You're picking up what happens to Jared. That's exactly what happens to Jared when he gets around something bad.
Mm-hmm.
He will have to leave the entire thing and just be gone.
Yeah. Hi, Rashid. And Slim, we liked you from the beginning. Don't even.
Even though you and April are sharing the soul between the two of you. Just kidding, April. Don't hurt me.
See, Debbie says, when I passed, I seemed to rise out of my body. I was looking down at my mom crying. Felt so peaceful that I wanted to stay and go towards the light, but my mom's tears seemed to pull me back. Oh. And it definitely wasn't your time then, Debbie, because if it would have been, even your mom's tears wouldn't have brought you back. So you were meant to be here for something. So
for us.
And thank goodness you are, because you take care of a lot of us. I don't know. This just always makes me wonder about what people go through when they die. And it frustrates me when people just say it's all bull, what they're seeing and feeling. They're saying they're just dreaming. Well, when you die, if your body completely shuts down, I know there's still some brain activity for a few seconds after, but
7 minutes.
Not enough for you to dream. And some people their stories just seem very far-fetched and out there, but how do you know what's real and what's not real? I've had one person, hi, Ghost Girl, Kim. I had one person tell me that when they died in the hospital, that there was a line in the hallway of people that had passed away previously, and they were still waiting on their chance to go through the light, which I thought your light was meant for you and you only, not there wasn't a
There's
line
no express lane.
that you have to wait in. So, but again, we don't know that because if you go to a hospital, you hear and see all kinds of stuff.
Well, maybe they got self-checkout now.
Maybe. Hi, Andre. Well, if they're anything like us here, of course they do. You do your own stuff and you pay higher prices. There you go. Welcome back, Melissa. I wonder if there's ever been any scientists that have said no, none of this is possible, and then they had their own experiences and then it changed their mind. I would love to research that and find some of those people who have always claimed that it's purely science, it has nothing to do with anything else, and see where their mentality is after they do have an experience. Hi, Dustin. Hi, Andre.
I'm sure if you look up, the topic, near-death experiences, there's going to be a buku of people who's had the experiences.
Lot of stories. There's a lot of stories, and I went through so much looking for it, but a lot of it's the same mumbo jumbo, scientist crap. So that's why I lean towards the one that had a lot of the research that had the percentages and all that, where they actually listened to the people and showed what they said, not just what they wanted to hear. Because if you look it up, you'll find a lot of stuff that scientists just saying it's nothing. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
The Skull Society has a lot of research on that. It's really interesting. I hate going to the hospital. I have a hard time telling the living from the dead. It sucks when the nurses look at you strange because they think you are talking to the wall. Yep. If I ever see people doing that, like in the hospital or something, most people automatically just assume that they're there because they're crazy. But I'm like, who are they talking to? Like, I'll look at Layne sometimes and be like, I wonder who they're talking to. Do you hear them? Do you see them?
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on how they're acting whilst talking to the nothing.
Yeah.
Because the dude that's here in our town, nah, he ain't talking to somebody.
Yeah, you can most of the time tell a crazy person from somebody that's not that crazy. I don't think any of us are fond of hospitals. More are worse than others, but like I definitely can feel that heaviness. Layne does not like going to hospitals at all. She don't even like going in the stores.
I have the issue of being around too many people and hearing everything that their emotions are saying.
Yeah.
Me too.
Most of the time I can cut everything off. Sometimes I'll feel like I'm having a panic attack and I'll have to hurry up and leave. But Layne, she has full on panic attacks, especially if she has to go in a place by herself.
I don't go by myself. Nope.
Most of the time, Layne will not go anywhere by herself.
Well, Slim and April got to see firsthand what happens when there's too many people and I can't find an escape route because I'm being blocked in around. I disappeared. I astral projected out the front door.
Yeah, it definitely makes Layne feel that way too. Twinkie.
Hello.
Did you get through eating?
Yeah, we just got back home.
Hey guys, Slim here.
Hey, Slim, guys here.
Oh.
I didn't like that.
That kind of didn't sound right. But we'll let you slide.
Mm.
Now, what was you saying? Sorry, April 4th, Slim's phone went out. I couldn't hear you,
Oh,
Laura.
That was
I have
you,
no idea.
Laura.
I have no
You're talking
clue.
about their souls being together. Oh, Lord, that is.
No, I don't know what I was talking about.
Is your
I
deal on
want to know.
headphone?
She knows. She knows.
I don't know nothing.
She knows.
I don't know anything.
I'll just go back and listen to it.
You'll have to, because
Twinkie,
I have no idea.
I think your deal's on headphone again, Twinkie.
You're kidding me.
No.
There's an echo.
I see 1,000 people in double the amount of ghosts. Laugh out loud. Yeah, KJ, I'm sure you do.
I'm checking.
The night before my grandma passed away, she was rocking in her recliner and talking to my grandpa, who was already passed, and she told him she was ready and smiling. Aw,
That's microphone.
that definitely helps you, Kim, to know that they're going to be at peace. So we found out some really disturbing stuff. I'll tell you all about it later, but yeah, you can kind of always tell when somebody passes whether they're at peace or not. Amy, imagine back in the old days when people said they saw ghosts and locked them up because they're crazy. Poor people. I know. There's still people to this day getting locked up because they say they see spirits and stuff. With everything that's on, like everything in the world, why is it so easy for people to question everything?
Because they've been given the choice to question everything.
We've been given free reign, and I understand that. But like, how can you look outside and see everything that's here and not believe that there's so much more out there?
It's how their upbringing, how they were, you know, either allowed to believe in it or forced to not take part in it. But all in all, you know, as they become an adult, they you know, should be able to change their view on things. Some of them just don't.
Hey, Krista. Now, Twinkie, hi, Diva Paranormal. Have you had any near-death experiences or anything like that, or have family that's had near-death experiences they told you about?
The closest that I ever came was when I had a miscarriage and I was hemorrhaging. And, well, there's 2 times. I started hemorrhaging, and the next thing I knew, they took me into surgery for emergency DNC.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember strapping me down to the bed. It looked like a cross. They strapped my arms down, and I don't remember the rest.
Yeah.
That was a close for me that one time. And the other time is when I was having Casey. And the nurse jumped up and said they had lost fetal heartbeat. And next thing I started hyperventilating, couldn't breathe, and they slapped oxygen on me. But I don't remember every last detail.
Right.
My dad, they said that he shouldn't have made it when he had fell like 28 foot out of a tree and landed on his back. Dad said there's things that he can't explain that he could see, but it wasn't really there. So
Yeah.
I don't know. So that's about as much as I have. I mean, there's different ones in the family, but I can't remember the exact story.
Right. Well, congratulations, Krista. Let us know how everything's going. Contractions have started, but she's not dilated yet. Andre, that's scary.
You know, and Slim's had these. Slim's been shot twice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the one time in the middle of surgery, he woke up on the bed while they were doing exploratory surgery. You know, he's had those. I don't know his exact story to those either, but you know, to wake up you're on the operating table, cut wide open, and you wake up.
Is he around you?
He's here in his bedroom right here.
Well,
You mean
when he was shot,
Jeez.
I'd be interested to know, like, if that's when he noticed that he had some of the gifts that he has, and if they got stronger.
Michael, Amy wants you. Come here. She wants to ask you a question.
Yeah.
So you had your, I guess, surgeries and stuff when you were shot and everything. You were like getting shot, of course, anyway. That's going to be like almost a near-death experience. But did you have your gifts before then? And if you
Yeah,
did,
always.
did they get stronger?
I don't know if they're gifts or what, but
They are.
I've always seen stuff and had dreams and thoughts, stuff like that since I was a little kid.
Do you feel like they got stronger after all that happened?
Well, the last time that I got shot, I think they about lost me, and then I woke up on the operating table. But I don't know. I don't know if it was me waking up on the operating table. I assumed I was because I looked around and seen everything that was going on. But somebody has told me later on it could have been like an out of body experience
Yeah,
or something.
that's what I was fixing to say.
I don't know. I just assumed I woke up because I could see my insides laying out on a sheet beside me, and the doctor's working on me, and one doctor was doing, or nurse was doing chest compressions. Uh, but I do remember hearing the nurse say, "Doctor, he's awake." And but yeah, after that happened, it seemed like everything was stronger.
Mm-hmm. And see, that's so interesting. I just feel like it's because we get to that realm, that certain point, and then come back, that makes you and your gifts a little bit stronger.
Well, there was another incident when a guy wrecked when he was driving, and he run us off of a road into a creek, but we hit a tree, and it slammed me from the back seat up to my feet went out the passenger side window, and my head and back of my head, the shoulders went out the windshield, but my back caught the thing in between the windows, windshield. Yeah. And I remember standing outside the car, looking at the wreck, like I jumped out of the car and watched. And that was a bad one. That right there about took me out.
Yeah.
But
I can
yeah,
imagine.
I remember. It was weird because I remember standing there looking at. There was me and two other guys. The guy driving, the guy in the driver's seat. He
Passenger
went
seat.
out, or the passenger seat. He went out the windshield, and I was in the back seat and come up and went. My head went through the other part of the windshield, and my legs went out the passenger side. But I was sitting there looking at these three people in the car, or the two people in the car, and the one laying out in front of the car. And at first, I thought it was me, that got thrown out the car, and I was looking, got up, was checking to see if everybody was all right. But I couldn't really see myself. It was kind of weird, and all of a sudden, I was like, sucked back. I don't know. It was like I woke up, and paramedics was around, and ambulances and fire trucks and everything. I remember getting up and wanted to go check on my friends, and they had to hold me down. But yeah, that one was a scary one there.
Definitely. Good night, Andre. Love and hugs. It makes me like. Whoa, I was surprised that the numbers were so sporadic with the people that had near-death experiences and their life changing and stuff. With those that say it didn't change their life at all, that just feels weird.
Well, I remember, years after, it was a strange feeling that come over me, and I thought that I could not shake, what I seen. You know what I mean? It was like,
Yeah.
and it still sticks with me, but it's not as bad now than it was back then. Uh, but I do recognize that, cats get 9 lives, and God has gave me over 12, and I have pushed them all to the limit.
Yeah.
So I think I might better take it easy for now.
I would agree.
I figured after my 12th life, it was time for me to settle down.
Yeah, I would say so. Don't take no chances. Let's see. You too, Krista. Oh, Lord, Krista.
But I do agree with you, Amy, that point you made earlier about people in comas.
Uh-huh.
The reason I said that because when my dad passed, I had to pull him off of life support. Uh, I had to make that decision, and that's a decision I hope I never have to make again.
Yeah.
But the guy across from my dad, he'd been in a coma for over 6 months, and he woke up, and the first thing he asked was, "Did you get my ice cream?" Uh, I don't know what happened, but I know his daughter was telling the doctor that right before whatever happened to him happened, he had asked his wife to go fix my bowl of ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
And 6 months later, he woke up asking for, it was like he just repeated his life. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's still going on. But then he was sitting there talking to family, and, I was kind of listening because he was talking real loud. Uh, and he said that he remembers hearing people, and he remembers screaming at the top of his lungs for help, but nobody could hear him.
Wow.
He was trying to let everybody know that I'm still here, but it was like he said he was like in a dark room that no sound could leave because he could see everything and hear everything going on around him, or hear everything going on around him, but he couldn't he couldn't see them. He recognized the voice who they was,
Yeah.
but he was trying to let them know, and he said that in his mind, he was flapping his arms and kicking his legs, but when he was looking at it, he was not doing nothing.
Right.
But he did say that he was hollering for help.
I know almost everybody here is just like me. When we hear certain names or events that happen, and sometimes maybe they give us a year, we automatically go to Google and we start trying to research all this stuff, you know. And a lot of times we won't find anything, and that's just why it always makes me wonder if maybe them people are still alive. They're just comatose, you know.
Well, I've told you my dad's situation, and I made the decision to give him every chance that I could. But after seeing what he was going through, there was nothing left of him, and I had to
Yeah,
make that decision, But that's a hard decision when you see a man that was in a coma and he was in a bad situation like my dad, but he come through it, and to make that decision knowing that that man come through it, you know what I mean?
yeah.
You know,
It's a very hard decision. That's one Cody and them had to make too, and
and I pray
that
nobody ever has to do that decision, but if you see your loved one that might have a chance, I would recommend you give them every opportunity you can. But if they're in a situation like my dad, uh, there's no sense to suffer, let him suffer no more, or well, he wouldn't suffer because he was already gone.
yeah.
The family was suffering.
So was Cody's mom when they had to tell him to pull the plug, but they knew that she was not going to be that the machine was the only thing running. You know, it wasn't her there anymore.
But I had a dream. I told you I've never had a dream anything about my mom.
Yeah,
But the day after my dad died, when we come home, and that night I had a dream, and he come to me and told me that I made the right decision, that he was there. He wasn't there no more.
yeah.
So, but yeah, I always just took at it. If was that my conscience messing with me, or was that actually him coming
It was.
through?
I want to believe that that was him letting you know it was okay. Oh, KJ's going to be live with Tex. When is this, KJ?
Oh, wow.
Did you say KJ would be live with Tik?
She's going to be on a live with Tex.
I'm gonna say that was gonna be hard to do, KJ.
It's usually Monday nights, but he's been going on some other nights as well too. So just want to make sure. Thursday night, 9 p.m. Well, I will have to catch that afterwards, KJ. Is that 9 p.m. Eastern or Central? Either way, I'll have to catch it afterwards because we have Slim's uh, interviews and then my live stream. So I will definitely come by after and watch it. Okay. So I may be a little late to it, but I'll definitely come by there and try to send some of our awesome fams over there. But I got to interview that night too. And I'm so excited because I'm interviewing Arizona Ghost Riders.
Oh,
That's okay, Barbara. You just worry about driving and getting there. You don't worry about commenting here. I know you're here. I'm very excited about interviewing Santi. Like, I absolutely love the channel, and I think all of you are going to love him as well. And I'm also excited about the new challenge coming up Thursday night. So all of you that haven't done your challenge, make sure you get it done. You only have till Thursday at 6 p.m. to get challenge 2 done. And then Thursday, right before my live stream, right after Slim's, we will be premiering the new challenge. And it's going to be a doozy. I'm excited. I know y'all may not be excited about it, but I'm excited about it.
Well, I'm going to be interviewing a guy named Nubs. Adventures or Adventures Nubs, and some guy named Donnie, but he's got double D.
Oh, that
The
12-year-old
big
Donnie and Nubsy. That should be a great interview. So make sure y'all check it out. Melissa's video is going up tonight. Patrick's is going up tomorrow night.
So if there's double D and there's nubs, would it be double D's nubs?
Double
Double D.
D's nubs.
If it's double D's and nubs, that's one funny looking chick.
Oh,
Oh.
Jared, you distress me so.
Y'all should come and check it out. These two guys been wanting to get married for a while now, so
Yep.
you know, it happened on that Slim guy interview.
Exactly. There
We do have an ordained person.
Amy is.
Yep. And I'm all about marrying whoever wants to get married, equality and all. So I'm not going to be doing that. What is it? Polygamy though. So something needs to happen beforehand. We ain't gonna have that sister wives stuff going on.
That's some nasty stuff. I'm sorry. I just can't. No.
I could never. That's just to me is and I've watched Sister Wives a lot, you know, but I just cuss at them because I'm just like, how could you do that? Like, no, there's no way.
I'm way too jealous a person. You touch him, go ahead and find out what happens.
I am
promise you
too.
ain't
And
gonna like it.
I don't see it. I don't see why women are so, and especially some of the guys that they're with, they're just not all that. To me, it would not even be worth it.
I just want to know how Hess is going to feel when freaking Rican and Cletus goes on a date.
Who is filing something?
Your brother Jared
Oh, he's sharpening his knife still.
sharpening my knife.
Another one.
She just talked about murdering somebody and they're sharpening a knife for it. But
I didn't murder nobody.
I said you were talking about it. Somebody messed with Jerry.
I just beat him up. I don't murk them.
I'm laughing so hard right now.
Laura's like,
It's because I got the stupidest comment on my latest doll video.
What is it?
Okay, and this is what I'm answering back. Okay, here we go. It says right off the bat, the Bible says the dead can't come back and converse the living. Once dead, they know nothing and what happened on earth, what ghosts and or hauntings actually are demons, fallen angels. God warns us of the danger of the communicating with such entities.
I did that a lot. That's probably the same person I got mine from.
well, now you know that's why it's hard for me to believe in ghosts, Sandra, because of my belief in the Bible. But
Well,
what I read and what God's talking about there, and I'm not trying to turn your channel into religion, but God is saying that the Bible says you can't look upon sin from heaven. So therefore, the people in heaven cannot look down on earth because of sin. But God said, you know, you're not coming to heaven. But then again, when Christ risen from the dead, he said, I haven't descended yet. Well, why did Christ say he hasn't descended yet? Because there's a space in between heaven and earth, you know, he hasn't went through yet. And I just wonder if some souls that are still lost in there. I mean, I don't know. That's what's got me curious why
I don't
these people are
know.
still here.
You know, there is one part of the Bible too. I've noticed that there was a king that got a wish to summon a ghost for him.
Yeah,
It said ghost.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. There's a ghost again.
yeah, that's a different type of
Yeah.
ghost too. Lord.
It says ghost. Oh, well.
And then again, Christ did come back, and when he went to the disciples, he told the disciples, he says, "Touch me, as ghosts made of flesh." So Christ there spoke of ghosts,
Yeah.
and you know that's. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot to try to take in. You know,
Yeah.
coming from my side of the beliefs and stuff, and that's what makes me so curious. Why are these people still here?
Yep.
Because the Bible says to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. So therefore, why are you still
But
here?
it also doesn't say how long it takes you to be present with the Lord. So
Well,
there's so many questions, and none of us have.
Well, that's why
Always.
I've always said, you know, I was told one time that, and like I said, I'm not trying to turn your channel into a religion, but a preacher told me one time that when you open the Bible, you got a white page. It's blank, white, and at the end of the Bible, the King James Bible. I'm not saying everybody reads the King James Bible, but I do. And at the end of the Bible, it says Amen, and then it's blank, and then the next page is blank in every Bible.
Yeah.
So when you die and you do make it to heaven, all of this be fulfilled before and after, so you'll know all things as Christ does. And you know, all of this stuff that's going to be written will explain why this is happening.
Yeah. So you want to know what I answered back? Very politely. I'm forcing myself to be polite. I answer, what does the Bible say about the near-death experience? John 3:13. And no man health. Well, anyways, it's John 13, the verse it says there. And then I wrote, I had a near-death experience, and I know what I saw, and no one can take that away from me. And then it says, sorry if this video offends you, but this is my channel. I post what I like, and thanks for watching. And then I wrote, in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost, amen.
Right on, sister.
That's yes, good.
I mean, everybody's got their own opinion about things, and you know, that's only a freedom of speech.
You know, I have nothing against the Bible, and you guys know I've been raised two ways. So, and I don't know if other people from my region are the same, but they don't study the Bible as much as I can see Americans do. And my God lets me do what I want when I want, and I'll pay for it if I did something wrong once it's time to pay for it on Judgment Day.
I believe every person has a right to their own opinion. What I don't like is when people decide to come and try to force their opinions on our videos. If you don't like the things that we're saying, just don't watch it. I mean, there's other things you could be watching.
Yeah, so
I don't try to force my opinion on anyone. If you don't believe in ghosts, you don't believe in ghosts. That's your choice. But if you don't believe in ghosts, why are you watching my channel?
I believe I'm about to go in here and shove some food in my face.
Well, Amy, I don't believe in ghosts.
Yes, you do.
Hey, Slim, crap, fall back in.
It's an echo, Dia.
I don't know this.
Echo that tune too. Darn it.
What?
Huh?
It's not like EVPs or anything. It's just an echo.
It might be EVP is saying Give me back my hamster.
All right, before we do go, I just want to show y'all some of our new merch that we have. And the holidays are coming, so of course we've got our Christmas stuff back up too. But it's okay, Donnie. I don't have all the Christmas stuff back up, just one of them, because it's something you can wear like Halloween too. But this is one of our new deals. It just says, "Do you believe?" And it has ghosts, Bigfoot, and aliens on it.
Love
So
it.
I love this one. I'm definitely probably going to be getting me one of those. And thanks to Amanda, who helped us with, or she made a couple of pictures of me and Lainey, we decided to go ahead and put some merch up that has our deals on it. Hi, Dustin. Love and hugs to you. Or goodbye. I mean, see you later. There we go. So this is, yeah, I just crapped all over that. This is one of ours with me and Lainey both in it. Lainey's going to have her own for Halloween. And then I'm going to have my own for Halloween as well. And then this is our Christmas / whatever. You can wear it anytime you want to, especially if you are a fan of Stranger Things. So this is our What the Paranormal with the Christmas lights. And we will have the other Christmas ones, the skull with the Santa hat and all that, back up soon. But I'm waiting till closer to Christmas, probably October.
I want to skull with a
Also, me and Twinkie have finalized all the stuff for the nominations page this year. And that will be coming up at the end of this month. So you will be able to start nominating your favorite channels for the awards. And then in December, probably December no, we're just going to do it January 1st. We're not even going to start in December. January 1st, we'll start the voting. So sometime at the end of December, I'll start getting everything together and we'll start making the video of all the nominees. And then you can go starting January 1st voting. And that will be open for 1 month. The voting will end January 31st. So you only have 1 month to vote, and you're only going to be able to vote one time. And you do have to have an email provided with it. So that's that. And I already mentioned Pair Game. So make sure y'all get y'all's video up if you haven't, and be ready for the new one on Thursday. So tonight, let's see, what is today? Tuesday. Tonight, Bat Rican is not going live tonight, so no trivia tonight. But Twinkie, you're going live?
She's on the phone, but I do believe she said she was.
Okay, so be watching for Entity Paranormal Investigators to go live tonight. And she usually goes on about 9 Eastern Standard Time. So be watching for her. Make sure you have that bell on. And if everybody wants to start dropping their links, if somebody can make sure that Twinkies is in there. Thank you, Melissa. I was trying to get to it, but I couldn't. But anyway, if y'all will, make sure you're over there at Twinkies tonight, because we always have a great time over there. So we will get off here. Thank y'all for coming. I'm going to let everybody put their links in. Everybody make sure you block that channel that just came in. And you can go on there and you can go to the channel, hit the about section, the flag, and then hit block channel. Thank you, Slim, for putting up Twinkies. Y'all make sure y'all grab that, because she will be the one going live tonight. I'm excited to see all the spooky things that are fixing to be coming about, because it is getting to spooky season. All right. But we love you guys. You all mean the world to us. We hope you know that. And we will see you next time.
Bye, guys. Bye,
Love
everybody.
y'all. Have a great day, everyone.
See you later.